Greetings, programs. This is Wretch, and welcome back to Shadowrun Dragonfall. In the last episode, the crew invaded the Humanis compound, and after a moment of truth with Dietrich's nephew Alexander, he decided to join us, and we wiped all of the human supremacists out from their compound. We're going to head back out here, and hopefully Maxim and his crew's still here, so we can head back to the Cruise Bazaar in one piece, all things considered. But we'll hope that there wasn't an ambush or anything. You burst through the door to the Humanis compound and into the crisp night air. You're not far from your extraction point. Time to go. Well, that's simple enough. This couldn't possibly be a trap or anything, right? And let's see. Oh, we're right into combat mode, aren't we? Uh-oh. Okay, well, let's go ahead and take defensive positions. Oh, here we go. There were some outside. Dietrich, you're going to start out by... Okay, not healing Alexander. I guess you'll head this way. And throw a knife at... Oh, there's more of them. Let's throw a knife over here. There we go. Good job. Glory, glory, glory. Tell you what, you're going to go ahead and heal Alexander up to full. Iger. Let's... Ooh, actually, this would be perfect for you. There we go. That's where Iger needs to be. And Alexander, you're going to hide behind this tree for half cover. Perfect. Oh, is that the crew? Or maybe that's Maxim and his boys doing... No, that's an enemy turn. Yeah, Maxim and his guys are getting shot at. Maybe, no? Okay, that must be Maxim's crew. And someone just died, like, horribly over there. You can tell by the blood spray. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's do... For 8. That's alright, I suppose. Let's use your nerve bolt. And... Now can you heal someone? No. Alright. Fair enough. Another... Actually, let's increase your aim, Iger. Glory. Can you run up and slashy slash someone? Oh, you missed. Of course you missed. Let's do a steady shot. For a cool 15. Alexander. No, we took one out at least. Hell's bells. Okay, this is the team. This is Maxim's team. So we actually have them kind of in a pincer. There's that troll who can't shoot anything. Ow. Okay, this mage just broke my armor. That's not good. And just fury punched Glory. Okay, this one's out in the open. Let's... Oh, bam! For 40. Good job, Wretch. Iger. Actually, let's... Yeah, Dietrich. Let's do Dietrich first. You go ahead and heal Glory up. And throw a knife at this one's face. For a cool 6. Ah, Glory. There we go. Iger, you got your pick here. One shot here. For 31. Can you get 2 in a row? Oh, glorious. Now, then we'll have Alexander move up. There's Maxim. And his guys can't shoot worth of crap. Oh, okay, there's more of them. I see. Interesting. Looks like there's at least 3 left. So we're going to go ahead and have Wretch move up. And Dietrich, yeah, you go ahead and move up too. Glory. Yeah, point blank, man. That's what you do. That's what you should do, at least. There we go. And Iger, you move over here. And Alexander. Oh, you... Okay. A strong breath will kill you. Can anyone coup de grace? Thank you. Not horrible, then. That troll is about to go down. That troll went down. Not good. Not good at all. I bet Maxim's going to have some words with us. But let's go ahead and reload our rifle. And yeah, I guess head this way. Dietrich, you can take cover over here. Because there seems to be someone like cloaked over here in this direction. There you are. Let's do a double slash. Hit both of them. What's your range on this thing, Iger? Let's check your move up 1. Can you shoot any of them from here? Line of sight. Oh, that crate's blocking the line of sight. Reload your sniper rifle while you're up there. And yeah, let's just take some cover. Oh, glory. Okay, her mage missed. Or his mage missed. Now this should be pretty much a clinic now. Let's use an aim shot and take this one out. And Dietrich. Let's do, well, let's move up 1 first off. And do a throwing dagger to the back of that one's head. Glory, can you not disappoint me? That's not bad. One more time. Okay, from downtown. Oh, glorious. Okay, we got to keep Max alive. Eliminate Humanis opposition. Cool. Let's talk to Maxim. He's probably not happy with us. Maxim looks up at the sound of your approach. If he's surprised to see you, he doesn't show it. Crazy night, huh? He pulls a flask from his jacket pocket and takes a long swig, then looks you in the eye. I hope that this was worth the trouble. Any luck finding our money in there? Let's see. Nope, I don't think they ever had it to begin with, but I guarantee you, they'll think pretty hard before crossing smugglers again. He nods. I can live with that. So they were actually going to get blasted regardless. I didn't even think we'd had no money. Dietrich, thank Christ that's over with. You okay, Alexander? The young man looks shell-shocked. He holds his rifle clenched tight in his trembling hands. Yeah, Uncle Dietrich. Yeah, I'm okay. But those guys, I knew them. One of them was my bunkmate, and I killed him. Couldn't be helped. If you hadn't, he'd have killed you. Believe it. We're going to take you away from here, back to the cruise bazaar, get you the help that you need. Yeah. Okay, Uncle. Okay. Dietrich glances over his shoulder and locks eyes with you. Thanks for this, boss. My nephew is safe, and I owe you. One other thing. The Dragon Slayer is happy, too. We just did a ballsy thing protecting my family and gave a monster bloody nose in the process. Well, glad to hear he approves. You should be. When the Dragon Slayer is pleased, he tends to be generous with his rewards. He grins. I can feel the power coursing through me, boss. I don't know what form it'll take yet, but it's there, and soon enough I'll be able to use it. I don't mean to break this up, but we need to get moving. Kid, you're with us. The rest of you, pile into the other van. You can continue having your moment when we get back to Shadowrun. Fair enough. You're about to exit the location and return to the cruise bazaar. Indeed. Get me out of here. The U-Bahn ride home feels especially comforting today. The Berlin chapter of the Humanis Club has suffered a terrible blow, and you're the one who dealt it. Volker Stahl's plan to incite a wave of bloody violence across Berlin has been derailed. It isn't often that a Shadowrunner gets to prevent an atrocity on the job. Well, that doesn't really do much for my bank book, but, you know, at least I'm rich in coin of the soul, as they call it. Which is good. I mean, if they had, probably later in the game, had we not done anything, they may have gone ahead and attacked the cruise bazaar with that gas that they were doing. So maybe we prevented something later in the game. What's going on? There we go. Back to the U-Bahn, allegedly, once we get out of the dark. We're still in the dark. What's going on? There we go. Your PDA rings and the face of your fixer, Paul Amsel, appears on screen. Wretch, I have new information to discuss about the estate. Please come as soon as you can. Okay, why am I red? I'm very red for some reason. Well, first things first. Let's return the data to the Shockwell and a Rider payphone. So let's do that first and foremost, and then we will talk to Samuel here and let him know that there are a few less human supremacists in the world, and he should be very happy. Oh, my camera went back to the old style, didn't it? Oh, there it goes. Whoa. What is that? I didn't notice that. Der Weinkeller. Okay, the wine cellar. We'll have to check that out here. It's an old obsolete phone booth. Let's deliver the Humanist donor list. The machine accepts the data upload, and a few moments later, a certified cred stick is spat out of the coin slot. The phone's old LCD readout displays the information. Freedom, equality, information. Shockwell and Rider. That was for a cool 500 new yen. I'll take that. Actually, well, are you going to offer me another quest there, sir? Nope, not the case. Are any of our guys leveled up yet? Nope. I figured they would have after that nastiness. Well, there's Simi. I remember talking to her earlier. Let's talk to Samuel first, and then we'll go in there. I can't believe I missed that the last time I was looking through all this stuff. Okay, Samuel. Hello again, my friend. What can I do for you? Well, I've uncovered what Humanis is up to. You'll find the details on this datapad. Breckenbauer eyes the plans on the datapad, then nods grimly. This fits with Humanis' established pattern of behavior. Horrific and vile. According to this datapad, Humanist compounds all over Berlin have received similar shipments. They're planning to deploy the gas tomorrow morning. Oh dear. He exhales sharply, then nods again. I have a feeling that the Flux State will have a thing or two to say about that. Stahl has overstepped his bounds. His hubris will be his undoing. Actually, I was his undoing. Volker Stahl is no longer among the living. That is excellent news. I'm not ashamed to say that I wish the man dead. He deserved whatever you did to him. And now I'm going to see to it that the rest of his twisted organization suffers in the same way that he did. You mark my words. Within the next few hours, the Humanist Club is going to take a hammering that will make the Night of Rage look like a peace rally. I owe you a great deal, Wretch. We all do. I will wire your payment to the account number that Amsel provided. Well, pleasure doing business with you, Samuel. Okay. Hopefully that'll make out for some awesome monies. Now let's head back into the safe house. Let's get the advice from the crew, how they thought the last run went. You weren't here, but Blitz stubs out his cigarette at your approach. Wretch, I was hoping to see you. Do you have another run lined up for us yet? I'm strapped for cash. Don't worry, we're doing fine on the job front. Amsel's been working overtime. Oh, thank God. And thank you, Chief. Thank Paul, too, come to think of it. So, do you have a question for me, or was this a social call? Any thoughts about that last run you'd like to share? Never been a big fan of polyclubs in general, let alone a bunch of swine like Humanis. How an idiot like Stahl could attract so many followers is beyond me. On the plus side, he's dead now, so that's good. He shrugs. I don't know, boss. If you were hoping for something more profound, I'd talk to one of the others. So why are you so strapped for cash? With all the work we've been doing, you should be rolling in new yen. What can I say, Chief? He tries on a thoroughly unconvincing smile, but immediately returns to think better of it. The anxious look returns to his face. I have expensive tastes. Let's see. How expensive are we talking here? Even if you had a raging cram habit, I think you'd have at least some money left. Expensive. Truth be told, I'm in debt. Oh, hell. In debt to who? He hesitates before responding. When he does, his voice carries an edge of annoyance. No offense, but this is getting a little too personal, Chief. My debts are none of your business. If some bookie sends his thugs here looking for you, it's going to become my business. So talk, now. Blitz shakes his head in exasperation. Alright, fine. First off, you don't need to worry about anyone coming after me. My debts are to a bunch of old contacts. If I don't pay them, I'm going to lose them. In this line of work, it isn't smart to burn bridges. Second, before you ask, those debts are for services rendered. I was in a tight spot, I needed help, and I threw around a lot of IOUs to get it. Third and finally, the trouble I was in involved a girl. I'll tell you about it if you ask me to, but if we're verging deep into personal feelings territory, so if you don't want to hear me sob over my ex-girlfriend, you'll drop the subject now. So it's up to you, Chief. You really want to go down this road, or we shall keep this relationship professional? Let's see here. Well, you're clearly preoccupied with this. In our line of work, preoccupied can get you killed. So spit it out and we'll deal with it. Blitz meets your gaze for a moment, then looks away and sighs. Alright, where to begin? It's story time with Blitz. I met Amelia in Dragonfall. She was the first person who... Or Emily. Yeah, that was Emily. She was the first person who was ever more important to me than myself. I was crazy about her, Chief. To this day, she's the only person I've ever met who could outdeck me. And the real kicker is, she wasn't even a decker by trade. There's nothing she wasn't good at. I like to dabble in rigging, but Emily? That girl could pick up anything she set her mind to. Sounds like a hell of a girl. She was. She just made things right. No matter how stupid I was, no matter what I got myself into, she made it right. I don't think much of many people, Chief. Emotional attachments aren't really my thing. Love seems like a diluted word these days, so I won't waste it on Emily. Let's just say she was important to me. And then I lost her. I didn't know what was happening, and it came out of nowhere. One day she was just gone, along with most of my decking gear. The only explanation was a handwritten note on old-fashioned paper, "Leave me alone." That was it. We'd been together for years, and that was all she left me. That and this beat-up old cyber deck. Sounds like you got played, Blitz. Naturally, I freaked. We had our share of arguments, but we never had a huge blowout or anything. I couldn't think of anything that drive her to do a thing like that. Mostly I felt hurt, so I searched for her, in the real world and in the Matrix. When that turned up nothing, I started tapping my contacts, and that's when I started racking up debt. Okay, did you find her? No, she's gone, Wretch, without a trace. I looked high, I looked low, I poked into everything I could think of, and my contacts did the same. He shakes his head. She's gone, Chief. At this point, I've accepted that, but I still have to repay those debts. Let's see. Well, I feel for you, man, but you're right. Best leave the I don't know. I'm surprised you haven't given up so easily. There must be someplace you haven't looked. He blinks. I don't know, Wretch. I really did look everywhere, and at great personal cost. Now, if she means that much to you, you owe it to yourself to try. Yeah, you might be right. He shakes his head. Oh, I thought I was done with this, but you're right. Without some sort of closure, I'm never going to be at peace with this. That's very true, though. Thanks for the talk, Chief. I'll let you know how it goes. Well, you do that, Blitz. Good luck. Hopefully Blitz doesn't get us into a situation. He probably will. No telling. Oh, hey there, Dante. What you doing? Let's go ahead and give him a pet. Watch DVDs. Okay. What can we watch? Let's load the second DVD. The soft whir of the spinning DVD is punctuated by an occasional rattling sound. The scratched LCD display comes to life and a menu fills the screen. Green Winters. Oh, is this all the Green Winters stuff? Oh! Okay, this is more Green Winters stuff. As I said in my last recording, I've been trying to trouble finding hard facts on Firewing, so I thought I'd open things up a bit. Let's see what the rumor mill has to say. The screen jumps and Winters reappears in a different location. He's now clutching a mug of soy calf in both hands and there are bags under his eyes. Well, that was enlightening, assuming that any of it was true, that is. So for the past 5 hours, I've been poking around some of the crazier fringe theories related to dragons and the SOX. As a reminder, the SOX is an irradiated wasteland between France and Germany. It got zoned off back in '08 after the Cattenom GAU reactor meltdown. Anyway, there are all kinds of rumors floating around about the place. I've heard stories about a walled city in there that operates on a survival of the fittest, kill or be killed basis. Sort of like a nightmare inversion of Berlin. All of the anarchy, but none of the stability that the F-state provides. The radiation poisoning, cancer, and mana pollution are just the icing on the cake. Sounds lovely. So when Adrian helped the Luftwaffe shoot Firewing down, she crashed into the SOX. That much is well known. What isn't as well known are all of the modern-day myths that have arisen about her since, and tonight I've heard an earful. I chatted up a girl who claimed to be a ghost rat. That's a smuggler that operates in the SOX. She told me about a dragon cult called the Disciples of the Cleaning Fire. Apparently, these cultists worship some sort of radioactive ghost dragon. Could be Firewing, or it could be nothing, but it's worth digging into all the same. Another thing that my little ghost rat told me, the popular rumor in the SOX is that Firewing's astral form was, I'd guess you'd say, mutated by all of that background radiation. Some of the glowpunks out there say that she shed body like an old coat. Others say that she's trapped, doomed to languish as an intangible radioactive ghost. That sounds awesome. I don't know how much credence you can give to any of this. After all, I don't have any proof that my ghost rat is even a ghost rat. She might be, but then she could also be a run-of-the-mill glowpunk. Or maybe she's just yanking my chain and she's never been in the SOX at all. Who knows? Well, it's food for thought anyway. I don't know whether the thought of some radioactive ghost dragon thing is any scarier than a genuine dragon is, but it's interesting all the same. Now the big question is, will any of this get me any closer to finding Adrian? I'm going to go out on a limb and say no, but you never can tell. That's interesting. Let's check track 2. Okay, so timestamp on the video is November 12th, 2054. Alright, let's continue thinking outside the box. After the Dragonfall, the great dragon Kaltenstein came flying into the SOX to rescue the Firewing, but he was driven off, and some say killed, by Lofweir and Nebelheir. So what if there's another dragon involved in all this? Winters grabs a thick, leather-bound tome from a shelf behind him, licks a finger, and begins to leaf through it. Alright, so let's run down the list of major dragons that could be helping her. First, there's the Golden Worm, Lofweir, the CEO of Saderkrump, and quite possibly the single most dangerous being on Earth. Lofweir's a local boy, and he'd be in a position to help Firewing. He certainly has financial capacity to help her. He could send a small army into the SOX if he wanted to. So he's definitely got the means, but I can't see how he'd have the motive. He actively prevented the Firewing's rescue back in 2012, after all. Same thing is true for Nebelheir, so let's scratch both of them off the list. He flips a page and frowns. We've got Aiden, the Great Sirish. He's operating out of Turkey. By all accounts, he's not a fan of Lofweir. They're actively competing for territory in the Middle East. So I suppose that could be considered motive. Reviving the Firewing might cause problems for the Golden Worm. But would he risk a war with Saderkrump by straying off onto Lofweir's territory? Again, I don't think it's likely. He turns another page. There's Celadir out in Wales. He's pretty heavily invested in Trans's Neuronet, so he's got the money. But he's too busy dealing with the BTL killer scandal that Transwith is going through out in London to get his claws dirty in the SOX. He flip. Dunkelzahn, out in the UCAS. He pauses, shakes his head, then slams the tome shut. No, this is a waste of time. The more I think about it, the more convinced I am. The Firewing is acting alone. Dragons don't cooperate unless they absolutely have to. After all, why bother making nice with your equals when you've got an entire planet full of pawns at your disposal? They don't need to work together. They have us to exploit. Okay, let's do track 3. While this track does load, it's clearly corrupted. The screen fills with meaningless stream of text. Wow. Okay, nothing really I can do there. Let's try 4. The file is partially garbled. You can recognize a few words here and there, but they're interspersed amidst a solid block of corrupted text. Volclair, still my big, still searching, Firewing, swear to I will find you. It's the last, not getting any closer, swear to Ash, turning up, don't know, okay. Track 5, file is corrupted, same thing. And what about 6? The screen goes black and the same digital chime that you heard on the Dragonfall DVD plays again. A crackle of static fills the air, followed by that same now familiar electronic whine. Moments later, the display goes live. Volclair looks haggard. His eyes are heavily bagged and bloodshot, and his hair is mused, holding a cigarette in an unsteady hand. Okay, so Adrian actually called him. Hermie, it's me. I can't sleep. I don't know where you are, out having fun no doubt, maybe flirting with one of those unattainable beauties that you're always chasing. He tries on a smile, but it quickly disappears. He takes a drag on his cigarette. That's good. I want you to live a pleasant, normal life. After all, one of us should. Volclair rubs his eyes. I can still smell the smoke, Hermie. It's almost a year later, and I can still taste the stench of burning corpses. When I sleep, I can hear the sirens and the screams. There's no sound in this world as horrible as a burn victim's screams. The doctors would call this PTSD, I'm sure. They'd have me in therapy, maybe dose me up on SSRIs like they do to our veteran soldiers. He chuckles and takes another drag. Quite a story for the tabloids. The great dragon slayer, Adrian Volclair, mentally incapable of wrestling with his own demons. He shakes his head. No therapy for me, and certainly no medication. I have a reputation to live up to, however poorly deserved it is, and however little I want it. He pauses and stubs out his cigarette. The dragon is still alive, Hermie. Of that I'm certain. One day I will find her, and then perhaps I'll be able to sleep through the night. The display goes black and the background whine fades away. A moment later, you find yourself deposited back at the menu screen. Man, what a bad, we already did that one, didn't we? Yeah. Hermie, okay. Yeah, we did do this one. Can we exit out of it? Oh, no we can't, so we're kind of stuck here. Let me get through here and check the DVD. Interesting. What an odd family. Or not an odd family, but, you know, just one that always had this dragon on their back, not a monkey. Let's talk to Dietrich. You really came through for me, boss. You ever need anything from me, anything at all, then you call on me. I'll come running. How's Alexander holding up? He's a good kid, that nephew of mine. Give him some time and he'll shake Stahl's programming. Might take a while, but he'll adjust to life here in the Cruise Bazaar. In the meantime, I found a good home for him. Samuel's agreed to take him in. Oh, is that wise? Samuel's employees have no love for Humanis. Most of them don't even like humans. Best thing for the kid will be learned through immersion. If he stays with Samuel's group, he'll have no choice but to interact with metahumans. Soon enough, he'll learn that they're no different than anyone else. First few days will be rough, no question, but he'll make it through and come out the other side a better man for it. Huh. Seems like a tough kid. I don't doubt that you're right. Dietrich claps you on the shoulder. You're a good man, boss. On to other things. Remember what I was telling you back before we climbed into the van? Yeah, you were saying that the Dragon Slayer was happy and that you'd been given a reward. That's right. Thanks to our, let's not mince words, heroic actions back in this swine pit, the Dragon Slayer has seen fit to grant me his favor. His grin widens. And now I know what that means and what I can do with it. Well, don't keep me in suspense. He gestures at the ground near his feet. This. As you watch, the spot that Dietrich is pointing out begins to glow. Lines of force spread out in a scintillating web, and a feel of raw power suffices your body. I've just torn open a channel between myself and the Dragon Slayer. That power you feel is his power pouring through the aether and into that spot. If you're familiar with ley lines, the same basic concept. I consecrate a patch of ground, and as long as I stand in that spot, all my magic gets stronger. He crosses his arms over his chest. Not bad, huh? No, Dietrich, not bad at all. Pretty good, ain't it? Never heard of another shaman who could do something like this. We must have really made an impression. Anyway, boss, I want to keep fiddling with this, learning to properly control it, and I'm sure you got things to do as well. You take care of whatever else that needs doing, and by our next run, I'll be ready to use this. Sounds good. Take care, Dietrich. You too, boss. I like Dietrich. We got rewarded for helping him out. Let's talk to Glory and Iger and check our mission computer, and then I think we can call it an episode. Okay, we have 2 unread messages. Okay, job, hijack shipments. Gunari Metbek to Wretch. If you value new hardware coming into the Cruise Bazaar, we need to talk. One of my weapon shipments was hijacked by a local gang. I can promise 500 new yen, and if you recover the shipment, I'll have some new gear on the shelf. Come see me for details. Okay, the weapon vendor needs us. And commissioning your services. Withheld. We would like to arrange a meeting between you and one of our representatives. You will find him at the cafe nearby. His name is Luca Duer. He'll be expecting you. Come alone. Oh, intrigue. Let's check the status on the Alice Fund. Okay, we have 10,000. We need 50,000. Let's, open the jobs directory. Ooh, let's claim payment on the Humanis data steal. You submit the job as finished and await your client's response. Moments later, a message pops onto the screen. Here's your payment, as promised. Breckenbauer. That was 3,750 if I read that correctly. Cool. Payment from client, 22,500. Deductions from crew salary, 6,000. Ammunition resupply cost, 1,500. Automatic deduction for Alice funds, 11,250. And the 3,750 was sent to me. That seems fair. Very cool. Okay. And those are all pending. Okay. Amsel's face winks onto the screen. Wretch, here you will find the complete transcript of my conversation with Herr Schmidt, a potential client. As you will see, the details of the job are a bit more vague than I would like, but the payout is quite substantial. After reading the transcript, you may choose whether or not to accept the job. If you respond in the affirmative, our client will be notified and will make all the necessary preparations for the run. One other thing, Herr Schmidt provided me with a device to assist you on the run. He calls it a little black box, apparently. You can use to compromise the power and security systems of the run site. If you opt to take the job, be sure to take it with you. Amsel's image flickers and winks away. A moment later, a glowing blue text field begins to scroll up from the bottom of the screen. Greetings, Herr Amsel. I trust that this connection is secure? Naturally. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking? Call me Herr Schmidt. Very well, Herr Schmidt. You have some business for me? Indeed. I have a job for your team. A simple matter, judging by what I have heard of your team. I imagine that they will be well suited to the task. Go on. The interests that I represent have learned that AG Chemi Europa is working on a company-wide project. Something very secret, very new. Reliable sources inform me that they're keeping a working prototype of this new venture at their Berlin facility. I see. And your employers wish us to acquire this prototype for them? Naturally. What is this project? If you want my team to grab the prototype for you, they'll need to know what they're looking for. I'm not at liberty to say. I can tell you that the prototype will be branded MK6, and I can tell you that your team will find it on the 25th floor of the Berlin facility, in the office of one Albrecht Haushofer. Alright. Further, I can assist your team in disabling building security and gaining access to the 24th floor. From there, however, you will be on your own. Such vagueness can be dangerous, Herr Schmidt. I will not commit my team to a run without better understanding of what the job entails. Facing such dangers is the purpose of a Shadowrunner, Herr Amsel. Your team will be rewarded handsomely for their services. My employers have set aside 20,000 new yen for the job. Consider it hazard pay if you wish. Make it 25,000 new yen or look somewhere else. 22,500, final offer. Very well. I will pass your offer on to my team. Are there any further details that you can provide? Haushofer's office will be locked behind a vault door. The lock is old-fashioned, of the mechanical variety. I'll provide your team with a copy of the key. I'll also supply you with a little black box, a solid-state device that your team can use to override a variety of building systems. Your team will enter through the facility's underground garage. When your team has acquired the MK6, have them exit through the same garage, and I will have a van there waiting to extract them. Thank you, Herr Schmidt. I will pass your offer on to my team. Good day, Herr Amsel. The text field disappears and a single text pops onto the center of the screen, taking its place. Accept the job, yes or no. Let's decline for now and head back to route. And we'll go ahead and talk to everyone else in the next episode. It looks like we have a lot of potential jobs to do, guys. Good stuff. It's not linear at all like Shadowrun Returns was. If you liked the episode, go ahead and click like down below, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. That'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.